Okay, within a very short tutorial, I'm going to show you how to connect WebFOCUS to its Derby-based repository. So by default, if you install WebFOCUS, your repository might be the included Derby database. So if you want to use that database for reporting purposes as well, that's going to be quite easy in WebFOCUS. So the only thing you need to do is get to the administration console. So I'm currently in WebFOCUS 9. So it's right here. It's the administration console of the client. And the section we're going to need in here is repository. And in here, you're going to find all the repository related information. So you've got the database driver, the URL, username, and the password is also WebFOCUS, even if it's hashed in here. If you don't have WebFOCUS in a version 9, the same thing is available if you use the direct admin configuration in WebFOCUS in an older version. So it's just a slightly different URL. And there's a repository, and there you're going to get all the information you need. So as practice, copy what is in here. So copy that one to a text editor. So I'm going to put it into my text editor. I'm going to reuse it later on. So from now on, you can now go to the reporting server directly, or in the version 9, to configure a new database, click on the plus, go to get data. And what we need is we have to add a new adapter. For Derby, it's going to be the JDBC generic adapter. So go for JDBC. There's JDBC. To configure it, we need a connection name. So you can use Derby or whatever you want to. For the URL, take what you copied from the configuration. So in here, it's going to be that URL that you found in your WebFOCUS client. You can remove the create through because we're not going to create anything in that database. So we're just going to read from it. For security, we're going to use explicit. It's going to be usually by default WebFOCUS and WebFOCUS. Of course, feel free to change it in your Derby, but it's going to be more complex. So by default, you're going to live with those. We're going to go to admin to the advanced parameters. So in here, there's usually by default a progress driver listed in here. So again, we need what was stored in the config file that we copied and pasted before. So that's what we need, is the Derby client driver. In here, we need to add the jar file, the driver jar. By default, it's already there. So look for the folder where Derby is installed. So by default, it's usually something like your Derby folder. In your Derby folder, you're going to find a lib folder. And in that lib folder, there's the Derby client.jar. So select that one, hit OK. That's all you need in here. So configure it. There's the Derby thing. We can test it now. If everything works correct, you're going to see the WebFOCUS repository from here. And now you just can double click in here. And you're going to see all the available tables. So for example, if we want to go for the users, you want to see a list of users on that system. So go for the UOA user table, UA users. We're going to put it not into base up. I'm going to put it into the FOC cache folder for now. So click OK, edit. And that's all we need to do to link that information to the WebFOCUS reporting server. So